Bullion Bites coming to you with another video here, guys. Wanted to talk to you about a couple of recent pickups. Been super busy with everything this summer in the best of ways. Recently went to a coin show here in Tennessee and picked up this Franklin $50 album, and I've been filling most of the spots. A couple of them are still empty, as you can see. But it's been a fun task at that show trying to pick up most of the spaces in this. I've got just a couple in here that you can see that are empty, but working on those. A lot of these were kind of mid 60s grades from the coin show. A lot of interesting folks there. Talked to a couple of dealers. It was the second day of the show, and they said that, by the time I had gotten there, they were, getting ready to, I don't want to say pack up, but they were getting ready to, call it a day. It's nice weather out, and with most shows, if there's nice weather, the attendance is pretty minimal. Another thing I wanted to talk about here was I had that giveaway on my last video, and the winner of that was, probably gonna butcher this name, but it's Guillaume Barnabe 988. He had a guess of $8,500 for what my tax bill was. My tax bill for this year was $8,992. So, I guess you can say Uncle Sam was the winner there. Another thing I picked up recently was this tube of Asahi 1-ounce rounds. And from RJ Bullion LLC, their eBay store was having their anniversary sale. So on their live, they listed a bunch of 1-ounce gold eagles for sale under spot. They had a limited run on those, and they were very popular. So shout out to those guys for an amazing deal on that one. This is a 1/2 ounce size. I already got the 1-ounce size and sold that one off to a local shop. So this is just sitting here for kind of a stand-in at the moment. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was I had a conversation with one of my buddies this week about, kind of getting ahead financially, stacking gold and silver, kind of how that's going to work. And he had brought it up because one of his, professors, one of his teachers in school, he's going to school for IT, had kind of gone off on a tangent about, oh my gosh, you got to stack gold and silver, and money's not going to be worth anything, and it's going to be the end of the world. And he's, young, no kids, married, and, got debt like most other, American households. And, we were talking about it, and he said, yeah, it's hard to kind of get ahead. You can, really buckle down on it for like 2 months, do the whole Dave Ramsey beans and rice and beans, don't have any fun, path. But, if you're, trying to really get ahead, it's like that really drags on you. If you're, chasing stuff like gold and silver, and you're like, okay, I want to get some of this stuff in my hand, and you say, okay, a silver eagle might be 30 odd bucks a piece, and that's attainable. But then you see something like, a 1/2 ounce of gold, and you say, this is $1,000. How am I gonna, set money aside for this, and pay off my bills, and still have, a reasonable life, something that just doesn't feel like it's all work, no fun. And he and I basically came to the consensus that you can do the whole Dave Ramsey thing with a goal in mind of you have a big 60-day push, or you have a 90-day push where okay, we're going to go on a 4-day vacation at the end of that push. That's already built into your budget, and that I think kind of falls in line with what's disciplined financially, but it's still giving yourself that breathing room that it's achievable, it's doable, and it's not just monotonous, and then you kind of fall off the wagon, so to speak, or you fall out of the habits that you're trying to build. It's one of the nice things about gold silver stacking is you kind of build in the discipline of if I can only set aside $40 right away, I can get a silver eagle, or I can get a couple of 1-ounce rounds, and then you're just going to start building up that financial discipline along the process, along the way of not just saving the money, but getting in the habit of you're setting that money aside. And one of the other points that Dustin and I had made in this conversation, or we had kind of both agreed on, is it's a lot easier to go out and make an extra $1,000, or it's easier to make an extra $10,000 every year than it is to not spend that extra $10,000, because there's only so much stuff in your budget that you can cut out. There's only so many bills that you can cut in half. There's only so many things in your diet that you can get rid of, or so much junk food you can get rid of. And there's a point to all of those things of, don't have wasteful spending. Don't go out and, get DoorDash or Uber Eats, twice a day, 3 times a day. But at the same time, if your, rent is already $1,500, $2,000 a month, that's not going to go anywhere. And if you're only bringing in $5,000 a month, that's not going to change. Those are 2 variables. It's hard to work with, but could you drive for Uber? Could you go and get a side hustle? Could you go and, do some other things to bring in a couple $100 extra and get your credit cards paid down a little faster? Of course. And that's, something that really needs to be done and really needs to be assessed practically. Wanted to kind of share some of these pickups with you guys that I've gotten recently. Wanted to kind of share that with you. Congratulations to Gyambe Barnaby 988 on winning that giveaway. If you see this, I will also tag you in the description or in the comments down below. And then either DM me or email me your shipping information, and I will get that sent out to you. Would love to hear from you guys in the comments what your thoughts are on, do you think it's easier to save your way out of debt, or do you think it's easier to kind of work your way out of it, or do you just not care and you're kind of fine living with it just sitting there, as most young people apparently are nowadays? Want to get your thoughts on that? Leave a comment down below. I'll leave a comment down below for what you'd like to see in future videos, and I will see you in the next one.